Shalom. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. Call Halayim, Yahweh, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elders of Great Millstone. Much love and respect to you brothers out there doing the work in sincerity and truth. Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, Wahab Kakwadash, Barakatam Akim. Alright, I'm making this video basically just a letter going out to brothers out there by themselves, you one-man camps. Alright, standing strong out there. And basically it's just words of encouragement and to continue in the faith, all right, as Paul, as Timothy, all the men of the Lord, you know what I'm saying? But primarily I'm speaking to those that are out there solo, pushing his word through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. All right, because I know how hard it is and how hard it can be being by yourself and having to admonish and exhort and rebuke your own self and just basically carry what Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai has given you. All right, and you being out there on your own doesn't mean that the Lord ain't dealing with you. You just have a different calling, and to be an example to other brothers, to wake them up that this thing is possible, doing it on your own. Okay, if the Most High grants you with more fruit, hey, then so be it. But either way, you are going to bear fruit whether you see it or not, and that's part of the faith that you gotta have. And basically, just doing the work, man. Just being as the Lord said, a house on a hilltop, and letting forth your line shine, your light to shine forth, Salakia. So I'm just gonna give this right here, and First Timothy's was it 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 10 all the way down, of what Paul went through with certain individual men on his journey and during his ministry. So I'm gonna start right here. It says, it's 2 Timothy chapter 4 verse 10. For Demas hath forsaken me, having loved this present world, and is departed unto Thessalonica. Crescens to Galatia, Titus unto Dalmatia. All right, so these certain men that walked with Paul in his ministry, but they all went their own different ways. All right, just like Demas, he loved this present world. He loved that present world at that time when Paul was on the earth, just like what us brothers experienced. Some of you brothers may have started out with 3 men, and now you're just there by yourself. It's part of the journey. It's part of our course of fighting the good fight of faith for Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. Okay, which I'm gonna pull out scriptures, Lord willing, to prove otherwise. Or what I'm saying is that you're gonna suffer loss, but you count all that as dung. As Paul said in Philippians. All right. Verse 11, it says, only Luke is with me. Take Mark and bring him with thee, for he is profitable to me for the ministry. And Tychicus have I sent to Ephesus. The cloak that I left at Troas with Carpus, when thou comest, bring with thee, and the books, but especially the parchments. Because Paul, he was going from the different regions in Asia Minor at the time during his ministry, preaching unto the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners. So of course you're gonna leave certain things behind. Like brothers go visit other brothers, and you leave like your jacket or something like that, your garment. You may leave your sword or something, etc. So you ask a brother to hold it or bring it back, or hold it for you when you go back. So basically this is what Paul is saying here, is that not all the men that follow with him or walk with him were against him or left him, but at the end of the day he was basically on his own during his ministry. Okay, it says, the cloak that I left at Troas with Carpus, when thou comest, bring with thee, and the books, but especially the parchments. Alexander the coppersmith did me much evil. The Lord reward him according to his works. And see, in Paul, during his ministry, he encountered certain wicked men that try to condemn him, frustrate the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai being pushed forth, So, you can read these accounts going deeper in detail in the book of Acts. Verse 15, it says, "Of whom be thou aware also, for he hath greatly withstood our words." And you got certain men that were with us at one time, a great millstone, and they went their own way, and they bring damnable heresies. Now they speak against the doctrine, or they just fall out completely, not believing in nothing. Just being a wandering star, a cloud without no water. You see what I'm saying? Just basically they're empty vessels now and just waiting to be meat for destruction. It says in verse 16, "At my first answer, no man stood with me, but all men forsook me. I pray Yahweh that it may not be laid to their charge." You see, so at the end of the day, Paul was alone, man. Paul was on his own during his ministry, even though he had the brotherhood and he knew where he could go at certain times. But at the end of the day, he was on his own doing what he had to do through the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, filling his lot. Okay? Just like I was saying, all you brothers out there, you got the brother in Costa Rica. All right, you got the brother in the Bahamas. You got the brother over there in Winnipeg in Canada. All right, the brother at war. Who else, man? You got just different brothers out there that are solo. One man or two men. Verse 17, it says, "Notwithstanding the Lord stood with me and strengthened me, that by me the preaching might be fully known, and that all the Gentiles might hear. And I was delivered out of the mouth of the lion." You see, so we're not alone, man. That's why I was saying, I'm writing this, or not writing, but I'm making this video to you brothers out there that are by yourselves, man, standing one deep. You know what I'm saying? Stay strong, continue in the faith, fight. But you're gonna suffer loss. You're gonna suffer or experience these certain situations that Paul went through, Yahweh Shai went through, because Yahweh Shai, he had the 12, but he lost one, which was he wasn't part of the elect. And we all know who it is, Judas Iscariot. Okay? But they all suffered through certain things. Take example of Elijah, Elisha, Daniel, Jeremiah, Isaiah. These men, these prophets were always by themselves, man, pushing this word. And they were being shown revelations, by the Spirit of Yahweh Shem Yahushai, to prophesy, man, to let the words of the Lord known unto the people. Okay? It says, verse 18, "And the Lord shall deliver me from every evil work, and will preserve me unto his heavenly kingdom, to whom be glory forever and ever. Amen." To Wab. All right. So, basically, that's what Paul went through, man. Like I said, although he knows the brotherhood's there, because I know the brotherhood is there. The Akim. You got your main camps. In your nearest state. You know what I'm saying, or in your state, or wherever you may be. You got your main camps where you can, the headquarters where you can go and get refreshed. Fellowship with the brotherhood, the Akim. All right, but basically, Paul experienced these things. You know what I'm saying, and that's why I'm bringing this out. So, from there, let me go ahead and jump to here. All right, Salakia, give me 1 second, brothers, to bring this one up. It's because it just came to my spirit when I made a comment about a certain thing. See, right here in verse 13, 1 Corinthians 3:13, it says, "Every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare it, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. If any man's work abide, which he hath built thereupon, he shall receive a reward. If any man's work shall be burned, he shall suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved, yet so as by fire." Okay? So you can have a numerous amounts of bodies with you, but you can suffer loss at the end of the day, because that fire is what's going to try them. And what's that fire is through the persecutions, the different trials of your faith, through temptations, or they just quit. You know what I'm saying? Either way, however the temptation manifolds itself, ultimately they're gonna fall out and give up. You know what I'm saying? But you continue, you continue in the faith. Don't give up. All right, like I said in verse 15, man, if any man's work shall be burned, and he suffer loss, but he himself shall be saved. Yet so as by fire. Because you went through that fire, man. You were purged. You were blessed with the Holy Spirit, that fervent spirit to continue in the faith. All right. So from there, let me go to 2 Timothy's Salakia. Chapter 2, and start at verse 3. It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach." And the word soldier is synonymous, or goes back to the word solitary, basically. All right, because you're on your own, basically. It says, "Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahushua HaMashiach." So you're solo at the end of the day. You're solitary, and you have to endure all things. Endure hardness. And then once you endure hardness, what does it do in return? It makes you harder. Verse 4, "No man that warreth entangleth himself with the affairs of this life, that he may please him who had chosen him to be a soldier." You see? So he has chosen you, even though you're out there by yourself. He chose you to do the work, to be a leader, to build yourself up. Well, he's going to build you up to be that leader, to lead those, or to wake those up, man, and to lead. All right, because people follow after examples, man. You have to be an example to the flock. All right, so he has chosen you to be a soldier to please him. All right, it says, "And if any man also strive for masteries, yet is he not crowned, except he strive lawfully." All right, verse 6, "And the husbandman that laboreth must be first partaker of the fruits. Consider what I say, and the Lord give thee understanding in all things. Remember that Yahushua HaMashiach of the seed of David was raised from the dead according to my gospel, wherein I suffer trouble as an evildoer, even unto bonds, but the word of Yahweh is not bound. Therefore I endure all things for the elect's sake, that they may also obtain the salvation which is in Yahushua HaMashiach with eternal glory." You see? So this is the purpose. This is the will of Yahweh Shemi Awashai. This is the will of the Most High, is to go out and to push this word, the gospel, and until it reaches the four corners of the earth, and the end shall come, and to speak unto the Gentiles, the Israelite foreigners, to bring them back into their true nationality, and to be fully persuaded in the name of Yahweh Shemi Awashai and the gospel of the true doctrine. Okay, for the elect's sake, enduring all things for the elect's sake. All right, so I just encourage you, brothers, to continue in the faith, stay strong, fight the good fight of faith, do not give up, keep pushing forward, do not look